Are you enjoying that? Is it juicy? That lovely steak. Is it medium? Is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, what about over there? Is that not? Oh, crikey, well, it looks good. That does. Is that a pork and apple sausage? Oh, my favourite. Yeah. What's that over there? Oh, crikey. Oh, it's a doner kebab. Oh, blimey. Oh, do you know I'm wittingly eating disease-riddled meat that hasn't been checked at the border because of Brexit? You see, the first thing to understand about Brexit is that it is, well, defined by lying. What's a lie between friends? Toxic, you could say. It itself was a lie at its base, and well, even as a concept, it was a lie. It was sold through lies and by liars and snake oil salesmen like Nigel Farage. Yeah, delivered through lies, and it was, well, served to a place the notion of lies right, well, in the heart of our politics as well. Yes, Boris Johnson. Just lies everywhere. But Brexit sits there as a black hole, a vortex. Every day, there's something shit that's happened because of Brexit. And where are all these benefits of Brexit? We've got a sovereignty back. No, we haven't. We gave that away, all these trade deals that we did, yeah. Well, it is a thing that cannot be named. It's the Brexit. That cannot be mentioned. Don't mention the B word, no. Don't matter. We have to pretend it is not there. That it isn't anywhere, in fact. Certainly ain't in the media as it should be. No. And the government is pretending that the people don't want a return to the European Union if it was possible. Probably isn't, though. Why would they want us back? State of the government's in the lot, you did. You can have Nigel Farage and his Reform Party Limited. Reform Party Limited. It's a limited company, major shareholder for one. Plus the fact it's actually not. Oh, I'm confused now because it's registered as a party, but not the limited company. No, there's two separate entities. Anyway, that's confusing. Yeah, it sounds a bit corrupt if you ask me, but there you go. That's Nigel Farage. If anyone is corrupt out there, it's going to be Nigel Farage and his Russian friends. Yeah, and Aaron Banks come to that. Well, we're supposed to pretend, though, aren't we? We have to pretend that there isn't. There where we discuss issues like economic growth, for instance. Yeah, growth has slowed down, so the Bank of England decided, okay, we can now reduce interest rates to 4.5% to try to prop up the economy a little bit, create more growth. So we're back in the same situation again. Well, economic growth, net zero, and international reputation. Well, just look at Donald Trump. He's certainly screwing that one up, hasn't he? Yeah, and soft power. Even though none of them, quite frankly, can be sensibly understood with reference to it. I suppose, in a way, it has turned our whole political society into a lie. Everything is based and moulded around a lie, or multiple lies. And it's made many people fundamentally irrational. And it has. Now all those flippant advocates for the Leave campaign, some flippant numpties out there certainly was, like this geezer. Blimey. Stuart going on, and back in 2018, says the UK is better prepared than media has us believe. That's a lie. It's multiple lies. Layers and layers and layers of lies. And if you know me, I won't lie. Okay? As someone told myself a long time ago, because I just kept getting lied to. In some cases, family members just trying to screw you over. It's easier just not to lie. You don't have to remember them, you see. The thing about lies, you have to remember them. You have to remember, you have to understand them, you have to be able to justify the lie, and then you can't have any other third parties involved that can undermine the lie. What's the point? Just tell the bloody truth. Well, these advocates for leave, like Nigel Farage, they sort of built a sort of vast edifice of fiction that we're going to be better outside of the European Union, one after another. Yeah, they all came out, didn't they? Like Dan Hannan, what have you, and others, with this campaign to try and sell the people this great idea that we were all going to be better off outside the European Union. You feel that? Yeah, you feel better off, do you? Well, I'll tell you what, the New European did come up with a rather interesting front page here back in 2022. Yeah, it says, 9 years after the referendum, and that's the list of benefits in full. Yes, it's a blank page, that it is. There ain't no benefits of Brexit. Unfortunately, the likelihood of being able to join again is slim. The damage that's been done to the country, so we do need to look at alternatives. And even they are going to be a little bit, how to put it, a little bit difficult. Well, the French president, Emmanuel Macron, he said that Brexit was stupid, pretty much. Did a meeting with Keir Starmer, and he says, well, hasn't worked, has it? It's a bit of a daft idea, that Brexit, won't it, eh? But still, Keir Starmer doesn't seem to want to stand up against Brexit or against stupidity. Stupid is as stupid does. Because that's what this is. Just banging the old Brexit drum again and again and again. And we're getting nowhere. Now, I know some people say to me, oh, Christ's sake, Mark, you keep telling us about the negatives of Brexit. What about the solutions? Well, I'm sorry I burnt that bridge. We're screwed ourselves. And the solutions are, well, aren't going to come until we've actually completely, utterly broke everything. It's a reset. That's what we need. Unfortunately, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Old Donald Trump is trying to perform a reset or something like that, or I don't know, lobotomy. Well, he needs one. That he is, you know. Now, Pam Bondi instructs the Trump's DOJ to criminally investigate companies that do DI, you know, diversity, equity, and inclusion. See, the world's gone absolutely bonkers. People out there who told us, you know, like I said, Dan Hannan, Michael Gove, and Boris Johnson, Nigel Farage, Dominic Cummings, that numpty who bought a satellite system that was no good for what we wanted it for. We wanted it for GPS, and it was an internet system. The blinking bloke's a plonker. He tried to tell us that he knows science. Duh. Well, after everything has actually fallen apart, everything. And we're finding ourselves out on the ledge, out on a limb. Billy no mates. Luckily, Donald Trump is a complete lunatic. And he is trying to, well, start a war with everybody. Whether it be a trade war, or whether it be an actual war with Panama, for instance, force, or even Canada. We're going to take it by force, or Greenland. The list goes on. One after the other. Antagonistic to, well, to Colombia as well, you name it, everyone. Oh, the man's a lunatic. So luckily, that's pushing Keir Starmer to think, well, maybe our chances of a trade deal with Donald Trump is bloomin' slim. Yes, that always was going to be slim. And I'm sure the farmers will be relieved that the likelihood of a trade deal with the United States is going to be very slim. Because if we get a trade deal with the United States, well, then quite frankly, the farmers are going to be completely and utterly scuffed. Never mind Australia. Remember the Australians? They were laughing at us when that deal was signed. Yes. They said they got nothing. They got everything. Screwing over British farmers again. Oh, well, they did vote for the Brexit, didn't they? I know they can say, not everyone voted for the Brexit. Well, the majority of farmers voted for Brexit. Prove me otherwise. Well, it wasn't just the farmers. No. It was also the fishermen complaining about their Brexit now. After they voted for Brexit. And now they say, well, we were spun a line. We were lied to. For Christ's sake, use your brain. You've been too high on Fisherman's Friends, those little sweets that look like, I don't know, vitamin B, or whatever it is. Anyway, it's affected your brain. Or maybe you got a brain worm when you put it on the line and it's gone through your ear, up your nose, or something like that, like Bobby Kennedy and his brain worm. Well,
it's costing us dearly. It's costing the fishermen dearly.
Did you vote to leave or remain?
I was a Brexiteer, and I voted mainly
not a hero, mate. Not a hero.
Because of the red tape surrounding the UK industry and North Shields in particular. If you phoned the authorities in the past prior to Brexit, it was all Brussels got the blame for everything, or nobody could answer a question, whether it was on a fish size, a mesh size, a gear, anything. Legislation, it was Brussels. That was my main thought, that we move away from Europe, we can decide and set our own destiny, and nothing's changed on the legislative side, and we're just being affected by cost.
Affected by cost. It's actually costing them huge amounts of money. They've got 36 pieces of paperwork to sort out, and the live bivalve mollusk fishermen, you know, like, for instance, mussels. Mussels. Oh, I like mussels. Oh, yeah, mussels, marinara sauce. Anyway, like mussels and oysters, etc. Live bivalve mollusks have to be depurated. They do, yeah, depurators. They stick a hose up their ears and clean them out, flush them out. And then they start dying because effectively you're starving to death. You know, how do you feel about that? But anyway, the big tanks and it's recycled and cleaned and flushed away. Now, before we used to have it done in the EU, but you can't do that anymore. Being outside of the European Union, they've lost their markets. They have to find other markets, and in some cases, the stuff is just getting frozen and sent further afield. Now, frozen food, all very well, yeah, it's probably fine, but you know, it's low value. Make less money. Now, some fishermen have managed to be able to find ways of actually landing their fish direct in the EU, being that it's the largest market. Many fishermen and wholesalers, for instance, like Ian Perks, we used to mind about the Brexit, even though he voted for it. He's a fish merchant. His business is basically on its knees because of Brexit. Crippled them, that it is. And then obviously got the farmers being crippled by Brexit. They voted for it, the fishermen voted for, you know, yeah, it goes, don't you? The story goes on and on. You see, the thing about people like Nigel Farage, he knows how to spin a line. He knows how to win people over by pulling on their heartstrings. And they still believe in him. They still think he's the Messiah, but no, he's just an oily little boy that he is. I'll tell you what, I'll do to him, I'll tell you. Anyway, can't say it on there. I don't think it'd be legal. Let's start with maybe a bit of keel hauling and something like that across the old barnacles on one of them fishing boats. Or how about trawling him? Sounds like a plan to me. But you see, it don't just affect the food industries in the United Kingdom, it affects all industries. So many industries have decided Britain is not worth the candle in the EU. They've said that, literally. Lorry drivers don't want to come to the UK because they have to wait too long. They have to wait too long in places like Sevington. Yes, in Sevington. Like where, for instance, your meat ain't getting checked. No. Some of it is. But they're seizing so much of this meat. And it isn't just stuff coming in from Dover. No. It's come from further afield as well, like Africa. You know, there was a bit of African swine flu between friends. You know. Lovely. Come from countries that, quite frankly, that animal husbandry isn't to the same standard as Little Britain. No. The efforts to keep potentially disease-ridden meat out of the UK are being undermined by post-Brexit border checks, a senior health official has said. The boss of the Dover Port Health Authority said illegal meat, which has not been through the proper health checks, was now available on most high streets in the UK. And actually fish as well. To circumvent the Russian fish, which has a 40% tariff on it. The list goes on. Everything is, well, it's bad. Just don't eat. Right? Just find yourself some carrots. You'll be right on there, I'm sure. Yeah, anyway, you might get a few worms in them. Anyway, the thing is, you see, these border checks are done inland at a Farage garage. That's what they're nicknamed, you know, Farage garages, because Nigel Farage is the reason we got Brexit. Or, you know, he's one of the instigators, been campaigning for years. And these flipping garages, Farage garages, these lorry parks were popping up all over the United Kingdom, especially in Kent. Loads of them. And lorries were, well, if they were taking the wrong turn in that many little tiny villages with these Arctic lorries. And obviously the locals didn't like it either. Well, people in Kent pretty much voted for the Brexit. Tough then, isn't it, eh? Well, I could say that about the same regarding the United Kingdom. I mean, Norfolk, for instance, well, I'm from there. From Norfolk. You know, most of the people in Norfolk voted, apart from Norwich, voted for Brexit. God, don't tell me about bloody Great Yarmouth. So, yeah, there's loads of meat stuff. It's basically skipping the old inland board checks, just having to stop them. They're not turning up. To be checked. It might be a bit of a gamble because some lorries are getting checked. Well, actually, no, they're not. They're not. Because they have to end up at the inland border facility in Sevington. This is just nuts. And this is Brexit for you. There wasn't or isn't enough room at Dover to do the checks of all these lorries. It creates huge tailbacks. So they created these massive lorry parks to do these checks. Another reason why the lorry drivers don't want to come to the United Kingdom, because it takes too long. They'd be sitting there while they could be driving to the next destination. And now you've only got cabotage as one drop off plus one. So in some cases for lorry drivers, they can't make the money anymore. They have to charge more. One or the other. Well, you see, it's madness. Brexit is absolute madness. And the problems continue for everybody. It's like I say, it's not just food, it's also other products as well.
There will be less product available, or alternatively, UK consumers will pay far more.
We've become the country that nobody really wants to supply anymore. I'm hearing it more and more. Why do we bother with the UK? Too much cost.
The Netherlands is one of the UK's biggest suppliers of seeds and young plants. I'm speaking to Marina Alijn from the Dutch Transport Association TLN, which has 5,000 members.
The waiting time for an inspection at the UK border is around 4 hours average, but it can easily go up to 10 to 20 hours. So one driver might have 5 trucks held by the inspection for one weekend. One truck waiting for 1 hour costs around £65.
Marina says every single inspection her members attended in the second half of last year was delayed.
There you go. It doesn't work. Brexit doesn't work. And in the meantime, the UK Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, is getting criticised. He is, yes. He's been trolled with... he probably deserves it. He's been trolled with AI images. Well, yes. It has to be said. There's Keir Starmer drawing a lovely, lobster. Yeah. Well, the poor woman is freezing to death. She is because of the winter fuel allowance being scrapped. Look at her, poor woman. And look at Keir Starmer enjoying his lobster. Hang on, what's going on there? Hang on, what's going on there? Something don't look quite right. Oh, what the? What? Is that a lobster? Looks like a stack of salami or something made in, or someone's carved a pepperoni or something. Or chorizo, maybe. Anyway, doesn't look right to me, no. Just a second. How many fingers has he got? Blimey, that grin looks like he's, well, it's the climax where the word is original. He's got 6 fingers. Blimey. Anyway, that's what's going on in the UK. And Brexit is an absolute disaster. Well, we're supposed to have a distraction. Some AI images being used by right-wing propaganda channels just try to discredit Keir Starmer. This is what he's up against. He's fighting a losing battle. Is the UK Prime Minister. And so is Brexit. Trying to push Brexit, make Brexit work. It's misnomers. Never going to happen. There's no making Brexit work. We've got to look for an alternative. And one of the alternatives they're looking at was obviously customs union and the single market, which can't really happen without the 4 freedoms, or this pan-European Mediterranean Convention or something it's called. And it's it's probably the closest we're going to get to anything better than we've got at the moment, and it's not ideal. No. So yeah, Brexit is a complete and utter shit show. It really is. Anyway, while you're happy, hit the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel, and little bell icon. Oh, every time I upload another video, you'll get a warm fuzzy feeling in your pocket. And I'm sure you've been excited about that, if you know what I mean. Blimey. Let me know what you think about Brexit. Leave it in the comments down below. For me, it's been an absolute disaster. It's been a disaster for my family. It's been a disaster for people who just want to be able to be a bit more transit, so they can actually go places without hassle. Right, have to wait in the stranger lines, foreigner lines. Yeah, oh, dear me. It was so much easier when we were in the European Union. And for people to, like that fisherman, to try and blame others, he could have actually just done this research. He should ask himself a simple question. What do other countries have to do that are outside the European Union, and do I want to do that? That's all he had to do. There wasn't no flippin' magical deal. The Trade and Cooperation Agreement is just a compromise. That's all it is, just a compromise. Toodaloo. Cheers.